Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today, another update on my Shadowlands daily log, something like that. So the quest for today was actually to start doing the dungeon, start doing heroics, and maybe even a mythic dungeon, or at least that's what we actually done. It wasn't really on the plan because I thought that mythic is going to be a little bit harder, but it seemed like it was not. So the first day we were leveling until like 58, second day was like level 60, and then we started with about a gear score or item level 140, and now I'm actually at 168. So I'm having like half of my gear is already mythic gear. So the thing is, we were actually running a couple of dungeons, like normal ones that we have done, or at least with my brother, like real life brother and some other real life friends. So we went like one or two normal dungeons. Was like, hey, that's like so easy. Can we just try to go heroic? Like, you need to be level 155 gear score to actually queue for a heroic dungeon. But if you manually move to the dungeon entrance, you can just go in and do this once a day. And we did that, and then like after like one or two heroic dungeons, we were like, hey, let's just try one mythic dungeon. So mythic 0 is already unlocked. It's just no keys invented yet. That will be, I think, like next week or in 2 weeks. And basically we said like, yeah, let's just try one mythic 0. If we are actually able to do it in like within 2 hours or whatever, then we can actually push forward. And if not, we keep on grinding the heroics and keep on grinding the gear before we start doing mythics. And it seemed like on the first mythic dungeon we didn't even had a single wipe. It was actually not really too hard. It was like, we didn't really feel any kind of difference between the heroic dungeon and the mythic dungeon as far as we could see. It was like a little bit more monster health, but that's pretty much it. So what we did was just clearing the entire like 8 dungeons that we have. There's like 2 dungeons in each zone. So we have like in Wrath, we have like the Sanguine Death and the Halls of Atonement. Then we go over to the Ardenweld. We have the other side with Bon Samdi, the cool dude, and the Mists of Tyrna side. Then we have in Bastion, we have the Necrotic Wave and the Spires of Ascension, and on Maldraxius, we went into the Theater of Pain and Plaguefall, killed all of those already in Mythic, and there's like 184 gear dropping. So besides my weapons, the rest looks actually pretty good. It's just my belt that pretty much sucks already. But that basically means that I'm almost done with the warrior for the first week of Shadowlands. So you have to think about, there is a couple things that you actually want to do at least before the reset. You know, like going, for example, all the dungeons on Mythic, because this is a weekly reset. As you see over here, you have like a 5 days timer left. So we have done all of that. Then you want to do your soul ashes in the your Torghast. This is something I still need to do. And there is an honor quest where you have to like go random battlegrounds and get honor. And once you hit like 1500, you can enter that as well. It's like, I think like weekly quests or something like that. So these are the only 2 things I have left, which is Torghast that I'm going to do like on Sunday or something like that. I don't know, whenever I have time or motivated to do Torghast. And the honor grinding, which kind of takes a little bit longer because I went to like 5 battlegrounds. We lost all 5 sadly, which is kind of sad, but hey, it happens sometimes. You have sometimes a win streak, sometimes a losing streak, but I will get over there. Then with the conduits, you currently have like 3 of those. I think the maximum conduit, or at least the maximum renown that you can get, so based on these new features that you have on Shadowlands, I'm currently on tier 3 or renown 4. 3, there you go, renown number 3. The next one would be complete companion Rathel. I'm not even sure. I think it's going to be a companion mission, since I upgraded my stuff over here. I have the Mira, which is basically some transportations over here, as you see, and in Ravendreth, based on which conduit or which covenant you got all these names, the covenant you take, you have like faster travel access on all places, right? So if you're Night Fae or whatever it's called, you have like a shroom system where you can travel faster in here. Since I'm bent here, I can move around faster in Ravendreth that you see over here on the mirrors. Then on the other side, as I said, I need to unlock the Renown 4. And 4 is, I think, the maximum, and the next campaign would be on number 5. This is after their weekly reset, so once I have this, I think it's going to be a follower mission for Renown 4. I'm basically done with that one as well. I have done my weekly quests, my weekly heroics and stuff. Like, all that kind of stuff is pretty much done. My quest log is empty. Just those three things missing that I will do in the next, like, probably 2 or 3 days. Because I already decided to level up a new tune, basically, an alt, or basically going back to the DK for now, because on the warrior, as I said, there is not much left to do. So for the conduits, that's all I have for now. I've picked Nadia. The other ones are still unlocked. This is something you get over time with the Renown, especially when it comes to like the legendary crafting, and where you need to find all your crafting powers, more or less. And I think mine that I need, I think it was the Deathmaker one that I need to craft my legendary. I think it's the one for Rampage, 30% chance to apply Siegebreaker. That is going to be mandatory for every kind of warrior, especially because Rampage actually hits 4 times. And if you have it with Whirlwind, it hits even more targets, and it can apply the Siegebreaker effect, where the enemy takes like a several amount of more damage, which is this effect here. 50%, the target takes 15% increased damage from you. So if you spread this debuff with your Rampage, naturally, you don't even have to skill in that one, and you can still run with the Reckless Abandon, which is like super insane. DPS-wise, I gotta say, I'm getting used to the warrior rotation, so basically just like go in, pop your Recklessness, your Calm them, and then just have pretty much a priority system when it comes to that. And for AoE, it's basically just every third attack needs to be Whirlwind, so you have this buff here. I made this one with weak auras where I can just track my Rampage timer, and every time I use Whirlwind, I actually have my counters here. How many more attacks can I do until I need to refresh it? And if you go for like these mythic dungeons and stuff like that, and you want to cleave down packs, you basically always do 2 attacks based on your priority, which says like Rampage is usually the highest one. Unless you have Rampage already, then you can, or at least the Enrage effect, and you can go with the Bloodthirst and the Raging Blow and con them if it's ready, if the target is below 20% or above 80%, so you can use it as an open as well, which has an integrated charge, which is super nice. But overall, the damage was actually quite good. We had a Shadow... Now, our group composition for the Mythic Dungeons was actually horrible. We had a Disc Priest, a Shadow Priest, 2 Fury Warriors, and a Druid, and I gotta say, it wasn't really hard, you know? It's still Mythic 0, right? And the good thing, or the harder parts, will be above, like, Mythic 15 or something like that, and there is something where you can definitely get some easier trades going if you have a proper composition, and not like just everybody plays whatever they want. As long as we have 3 DPS, 1 tank, and 1 healer, you should be fine, right? That probably works now with the lower Mythics, but it's all about gear depending, I would say, as well. Good. What else to talk about for today's upgrade? Not really too much. As I said, gear is almost done. I think the raid will start in 2 weeks, right? So I have this ID plus next ID where we can run the mythic dungeons. And then I think with these double 8 mythic runs, like this week and next week, I think the rest that is not 184, I will just grind in heroic, so it will go back to 171. So I should be somewhere around 175 item level after next week, and that will be my preparation for the upcoming raids that are probably joining, I think, in like 2 weeks. As I said, I think you need 1,200 soul ashes for your first legendary craft, but at the moment I do not have my professions up, right? I'm still like, I just relearned everything as soon as Shadowlands hits, basically, because this one is currently, how old is this character now? We have it on like 4 days playtime, right? So I pretty much leveled it up on the pre-patch, and now I just have to like get everything up, blacksmithing, jewel crafting, and so on, and then even see where I get the plans for crafting this legendary thing. Because at the moment I think they go for like between like 100 and 200,000 gold, and I don't have any gold here, right? I have like 60,000. This is purely from questing and from the pre-patch. So either I like start farming or just buy the shit with my tokens, more or less. This is RMT, right? But hey, it's legal RMT, so I'm fine with that. So I'd rather level up my DK and start having fun as an unholy DK in the mythics as well, because we decided to take up a second Twink or Alt group, since our mains already have all the mythic content done for now when it comes to the dungeons. Good, so as I said, Renown level 4 I think is on the master table. I think their master thing is actually up. Let's go over here. Because one failed already. It's like a 4-hour one. So this is done. Skip to the end. This time we did it. Continue more anima. And so campaign. This is good. Yeah, adventurous. Greater rewards. I'm not sure. There's like 1, 2, 3. Let's just start it. I don't know. It's a rare one. Hopefully we can do it. We're gonna see in a couple of hours once this is done, actually. Good. Yeah. What is the next plan at the moment? As I said, in the next upcoming days, I'll do those last 3 quests, a little bit of honor grinding, and the Torghast. So we're gonna see how that one works. The rest is pretty much done. And now I actually started leveling up my DK again. So I did not really like the DK too much when it came to the start of the when I started again after those years, when I saw what they have done to the DK. No more stances, no icy touch, no plague strike, no virulence spreading and whatnot. You know, it's just completely different. But I still think, you know, this is my character. This is my love, basically, right? I have like 7,000 or 8,000 hours on my Death Knight. You see it on the gear as well. Done all the challenge gold rewards in Mist of Pandaria and also in Walls of Draenor with all the weapon skins and stuff. I have my Shadow Moor and all the legendaries farmed in this character. So I think it just deserves to be dragged to level 60 and also geared up next to the Warrior, because the Warrior will probably stay my main for now, because I'm in a raiding guild where I have a Fury spot for the raid, and so we're gonna follow that route basically, but I'm probably gonna spend some time on my DK as well, especially when it comes to PvP grinding and stuff like that. So next 2 days, I'm probably just gonna level up the DK to level 60, start grinding dungeons, heroic dungeons, and then with my real life friend group, we're gonna do some mythic dungeons as well, so we get both the Fury Warrior and the DK geared at the same time, so we can just play whatever we are up to, I would say. Good. That's about it for the week 1 of Shadowlands, more or less. There is nothing more to do, so we're just gonna do it again, I guess. I'm just playing too much, I guess. But hey, I'm a gamer. I love playing games, and at the moment I'm having a lot of fun with the World of Warcraft. And there is a lot of people asking me if I will be participating in the upcoming events in Path of Exile, which is like the Endless Delve and the Mayhem and Turmoil and whatever events there is going to be. And initially I planned to, but on the other hand, I checked all the rewards that you can get, and for some weird reason, I have all the MTX that you could win in the races as well. The only thing that I don't have is the demigod stuff, but on the other hand, I'm not a racer, so I will never be able to win one of those demigod items that the other MTX already have. So I'm probably gonna skip the events, just keep on playing World of Warcraft, because I really enjoy it at the moment, and then gonna return to PoE once the next league hits. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.